sometimes you have the best conversations with people in the business when it's not a meeting, when you run into each other, you start to talk. Communication is very, very important for us, and we naturally communicate a lot.
We are at NAMM 2026, and I've gotten the opportunity to sit down with Thomas Ripsam, the CEO of Martin Guitars, someone that's been in the business of consulting and helping businesses do well. So a big honor to talk to him so that I can get to some very important questions. Do you have siblings, first of all, I guess?
I do. I have one brother, and he's a designer. He lives in Germany.
Would you be able to work in a business with your brother?
I don't think so. I think it's very hard, and my brother and I are very different, right? I think when you are very similar in how you think, I think it's easier, but we are very different, and so probably not.
So in your consulting, you've worked with some other family businesses, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The family dynamic, it is different. When we started, it was just the three of us. So we played as a family band for 20 years.
Yeah.
If we got in an argument, we'd get heated, and then 10 minutes later, we're over it, we've moved on.
I've experienced situations where literally different family members try to all run the same company differently. And ultimately, I think that just makes it harder to be effective and efficient, and it makes it particularly hard for management, the people below the team, to execute, right? And I mean, personally, I've been part of a consulting business, and the businesses I've been part of, the consulting businesses, they were partnerships, right? And so we had also the same situation. Sometimes you work with 3 different partners as a more junior person, and you get 3 different directions. And I always hated that. I have to say, I hated that. So for me, what's important in my role as CEO, first and foremost, I need to understand what is Chris's vision, what's important to him. Sometimes it's very much a business topic. Sometimes things are important to him that may not be directly in my line of business thinking, but they are very important to him. And so, number one, the communication with Chris is really important.
How do you maintain communication at a company the size that you guys are? How does that communication flow work? Is it relying on technology and apps to make sure everybody's aware of it? Lots of meetings?
The beauty is we all live pretty much very close in the same space, right? And we also spend a lot of time in the building versus virtually. So that makes communication a little bit easier. I mean, we have regular meetings as a management team where we come together. They're not always the most efficient and effective ways to solve things. But what I always believe is, sometimes you have the best conversations with people in the business when it's not a meeting, when you run into each other, you start to talk. And I'm a big believer in being in the building, right? Because when you work virtually, very often you don't get that. I love to spend time on the floor and talk to everybody, right? So to get a good sense of what are they dealing with, including our receptionist who sits in the front. I just love to talk to people.
Part of what makes you guys, I think, from the outside, very successful is you are very accessible and approachable, and you spend a lot of your day being the face of the company, doing media stuff like this. Our business, we joke it's almost 80% content creation and the other part's running a music store. How do you balance that where there's a value in being in front of a camera, being seen, kind of being that approachable face, but also you got to get down to the nuts and bolts of running a company?
Well, I think it starts with what is a leader, right? And a leader has multiple responsibilities. One of the responsibilities is to be visible, present, externally, internally. It's just part of what you need to do. It's not either or, it's and. They also don't think they need to solve everything themselves, right? And that's part of making time. So I'm a big believer in empowerment. And the other thing as a leader is you can't lead from your ivory tower, right? So you do need to spend time with your team. You really need to understand the different parts of the business.
I have to ask this question, you've probably heard it a million times already, with AI being so front of mind and topic of conversation. Martin is such a traditional brand, making instruments that were made in the 1800s, hand-built for a huge portion of that history, and now embracing a lot more automation. But is AI something that you're looking at opportunities and thinking a way it's going to impact not only just like the financial side and you're able to do analytics and all fun stuff there, but actually building guitars?
Oh, absolutely. So, and we're actively looking at how we can use AI across the board, right? You know, I think what we do is we create magic by having people that use materials to create something that is truly magical. And you will not get that from AI. To me, it's about, you know, how can AI amplify this magic, not replace what we do, but amplify it, right? So if you think about production scheduling, we have people who manage spreadsheets and, you know, all that with a lot of experience, but it's manual. Do I think AI can help us tremendously with that? Absolutely, right? And that does not impede our ability to still create this magic. So that's how I think about it, and I think AI is incredibly powerful, but we cannot lose keeping humanity at the center of what we do, because otherwise I think you're lost.
Any piece of advice you could give to us?
Retailers need to really understand what is it that they bring to the table, and they need to get really good at it, right? And I think in the US, when I look at the retail landscape, there are a lot of retailers that do exactly that, and I think you are one of them, right? You have a very clear idea about what you do and what's special about you, and I think you're very focused on that. I think the retailers that don't do that, and especially brick and mortar, even more so, right? They will have a very, very hard time because that, I do think that was more the traditional model, right? I have presence in a location, people come to me because I'm a destination. I think now you have to just think way beyond that, because people have alternatives, and why would they pick you if they could go somewhere else, right? And so I really think being very clear about who you are, what's special about you, and do that better and better and better, so that people recognize that, which I think in your case it is recognized. That's what I would advise anybody to do.
So I guess I shouldn't fire John for being late to meetings. We'll put up with it, but we'll encourage him to show up on time. All right, Thomas, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, great to talk
soon.
to you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.